Welcome back to another video. Uh, um, so before I get all that stuff out, try to get this app called Tubi, and then I decided, and it ain't the thing for me. It just ain't the thing at all. But I try to look up this, show Everybody Loves Raymond. I'm watching it now. Apparently it's a sitcom. And so I try to look it up, and then I try to look with the middle, another show, and well, I ain't tried it yet, but I will try. So and looks like I'm just gonna have to watch whatever they give me. And what was the first thing? Can you guess what the first thing that I ever saw on that thing? It's pretty guessable. Well, it was a little thing called Dance Moms. Yeah, it was Dance Moms, and well, probably can't even imagine why they would probably put Dance Moms in the way of something else. But and then I just decided to say, hey, I'm going to install it. It's not the thing for me. Woe was me, my friends. Woe was me. I have no reason to get it. Then I decided, you know what? Man, I'm going to reinstall it. But then I uninstalled World of Tanks. Okay. And, well, that was a long-lasting game that I've had for a long, long time. And then I decided to say, hey, I'm going to uninstall it. There's no reason for me to have it. But here's the thing. I can reinstall it back to my hand, my loving arms. Because, well, in the first place I shouldn't have done it. And second of all, I mean, like I said, you can reinstall and it'll save. Well, it's one of those games. I forgot what I can kind of I'm forgetting what I can kind of word compared to. It's one of those games. Once you install them, you can just never get rid of them. One of those games. I forgot what game that is. I forgot what games they have like that. And yeah, so pretty cool, right? So yeah, and if I ever reinstall World of Tanks, Blitz, actually it's called, well, I'll just let you know that I can do it at any time. I did actually uninstall it once. Kind of heartbreaking, but long-lasting game of everybody else. So, I mean, not really long-lasting game of everybody else, but there's something wrong. But anyway, so I haven't watched a single thing on Tubi yet, but I'm thinking about doing it today. So, I'm not gonna do like normal setup about everybody. This is my person. But I'm going to do the original setup this time because we're gonna play the original game. And a lot of people have good original setups, and some people have bad original setups. So what I like to do is get some setups from other stuff, and I like to do it. But I will be doing everybody's originals today. So starting with Italy's because they're kind of easy to do. So, anyway, while I'm doing this, okay. Oh, and I did set up, one person setup. It was I was talking about I'm not straight today. The Napoleonic Wars yesterday with my friend. Well, I was talking about, hey, I have an idea. I need another idea for this, and I just wanted to ask him. About an idea. And he said, I don't know, because, for a break. He was in 5th grade this past year. And, not in school now, he's homeschooled. But, and I don't know why, but usually some Christians actually choose this because they want to. Okay? And, I don't know. I had the idea in my head, Napoleonic Wars. I didn't know if it was a good idea or not. But listen, I don't even know why. For some reason, I was asking this question. Do you have any ideas for? I was gonna say A&A, but I don't think you know what I was talking about. So I decided to say Axis and Allies. And he thought of Pearl Harbor. He said do the World Wars, like World War I or II. Well, I did do World War I and World War II a lot because I have all the pieces. But I did know World War I a lot because you technically can't do it on this board, and you need the World War I board because it's different. Okay, so and anyway, yeah. So. Anyway, yeah, it's, so, like I said, I had the idea in my head of why not the Napoleonic Wars? And he said, yeah, just do that. So, I brought this over to my grandma's house, and I set it up there. Well, I had some, ups and downs through that. Well, it was badly set out, and, because I'm never going to remember all that stuff. And I decided to do it since it was started in 1812, the year when America comes into the War of 1812 and just starts winning. Almost lost, by the way. But anyway, there is, like I said, only one flaw, and it was just really wasn't any flaws, but I'm just saying weren't really good at the spot. Because I had, the only countries that didn't have any people in them was Western Germany, Denmark, and Norway, which really needed some people because, you're never going to believe how I used, because everybody was in the game. I used China's people, and then I just built with everybody. So, yeah, it was pretty bad. So now, and how we did it, yeah, my grandma decided to play. She still can't figure it out, but I think she's getting there. We'll get her to play Axis and Allies once more. Okay? So now, how we played it, we do contested territory like they do in World War I. And then we roll. It's very similar to Axis and Allies, World War I, 1914. Because, you use a contested territory roll and you use one round of dice roll. And then, I think my voice is getting deeper. I know it is. Maybe this sounds like that because I just woke up. I don't know. But anyway, and so, well, she did get it, but then she decided, nah. Like I said, she's getting it, but very, very slow. I'm not an ageist, people, I'm just saying. But, yeah. So, that's where we are right now, and, so let's talk a little bit about the summer games of 2020 with this, okay? And well, let's just go ahead and start. Okay, so how this series is going to pan out, okay? Summer games will start from June 1st. Well, it's just going to start now, but so what we do is we play every weekend until probably a certain weekend, like, well, let's say for Christmas, we're out for one day, and then we just go back to work. Well, this is like, alright, so say it's, well, there's a good point in time in the summer. We'll say it's the weekend, okay? We're playing like a random game. It's probably going to be a few 1940s in this series, so bear with me, actually. Okay? So, I'm actually going to try to do one more person. I'm going to try to do China right. Alright, so anyway, we'll say it's, game 3, okay? In that series. He's won a game, I've won a game. We all in a game, no. I say that's the situation, okay? Italy's about to take Egypt, and Cairo, Egypt, and Germany's about to take Moscow, Russia. Now, this is pretty easy because I just did it about twice. Alright? France has already been taken. I mean, that's kind of the obvious thing that people do. Oh, wow. And anyway. So, that's the situation. Alright, so this isn't an original setup. What I like to do is make Szechuan a little bit bulked up, so I give them an artillery piece. Okay? But everybody else is fine. But anyway, but then a miracle happens. We don't take Moscow. We're almost defeated, and then, and only then, we get pushed back from where we're at, and it's pretty terrible how it happens. Our pushed back all the way to the original line: Bessarabia, Eastern Poland, and Baltic states. Okay, and France is liberated. Okay, the Americans come in from Morocco, Algeria, and Tunisia. And the Italians need help over there, so they get pushed back. And some of the African Corps as well, they get pushed back as well. So, and then they retreat from the destroyer and the transport. Okay. What else? And get pushed back to Sicily, and then their capital's taken, and then once Germany's line is back to Romania, Slovakia, Hungary, and Poland, southern France is taken, and then France is taken by the Americans. So Paris is liberated, and then Holland, Belgium is taken. Okay, and then now Germany decides to go down and help his little buddy down there in Italy. Okay, so And then the line, and then the next line is Germany, Hadrian, Southern Germany, and the Western Germany. So they're basically back to their original place. And then the capital's taken. But then Japan over here is doing pretty good, but getting pushed back a little. That's basically the war. You know, I'm basically doing the war like it's all grass. And now things can happen in Axis and Allies, people. Things can happen in Axis and Allies. I've seen it before. But then again, something can't happen. Yeah. Okay. I'm actually not gonna do another person. I'm just gonna take a break for now. No reason. Forward. Alright, we're just gonna talk a little bit. And this video is made for kids. I'm just doing setups. But yeah, the summer, yeah, we had the spring offensive, our own Axis and Allies series. Summer offensive's coming, okay? And yeah. So yeah, it's really good. We're Opium Wars. I didn't really like it either. I actually did really like it. Even my dad tried it out and he said he liked it. And we did Vietnam. It's a little miniseries. But the Opium Wars were a good miniseries because it actually worked. And games only consist of like 5 or 6 people. That's the actual, most definitely actually the Good Life games. So here it is now. The Good Life games are pretty good. So, yeah, and I really like the little series that we had down here when our TV went out. Well, not really went out. It just like lost. It was the not before one of the big storms hit. Not the one that we had our trees down, but yeah, people still dealing with the damage. And like down here at their neighbor's house, they're still dealing with the damage. And the roof is about fixed. They got their trampoline off the roof. So he knows that a few days ago, but yeah. Well, what more could you say about it? Well, I don't know. The French-Brazilian War that consisted of a lot of people, and they're played as Germany, and France played as France. America joined the war, and of course Italy did on the side of Brazil, and so that only had 5 people in it, and so I think it went like. Well, let me think. It went like France, Brazil, Italy, UK, and then America last, but they still had their big amount of money. So, yeah. And America had to deal with Brazil down there. For some reason, I can't stand being the Axis powers. Because when I play the Allied powers, I Well, we need to do the first 3 because those are the most people that need to do the things. So, yeah, you won't be seeing much of Russia. Probably the only part of Russia you'll be seeing is a very, very short video about building and moving men, okay? Probably going to declare war on the Soviet Union, but, you know, it'll be hard not to. I don't like playing the Allies that much. There's really no point in doing it because you don't have... I mean, you have the strength because you have more people in it, but you just don't really show the strength of actually going out and doing something. I'm going to do France right quick. I'm going to do one real quick. In less than 10 minutes, probably. 9 now. But anyway, like I said, probably one of my favorite mini wars is the war with France and Brazil in it. And I set up the strong France for them. And if you don't know what my strong France is, I actually have 2 strong Frances. Actually have 3 variables of France. 4 actually. One is just like very, very weak France when they just don't have barely anything on the board, which you saw in the last game. Another variation of France is actually, this is like weak France, but 1940 they just lost their best forces in Holland, Belgium, well, Dunkirk. That's why France don't look like its normal self. It's actually lost some land. But anyway, like I said, and then we have a medium-sized France, which means like after World War II, when they're liberated, they have a lot of things in their home capital country, home territories. But after that, they have some stuff in North Africa, like French Central Africa is the most that they have down there. And then they have some stuff out here, which, by the way, comes into power later. Okay? And then, and only then, we have the very strong France, which is in 1939, a very strong France. They have 11 men, and well, it's not really that strong, but they do have a lot of stuff in it. Okay, and that's what I meant by like 4 sizes, 4 different Frances. There's actually 4 different variants of everybody, but still. 1939 France is pretty strong. I'm probably going to use that for other people, but then again, we have our own variations of France. There's none other like it, people. There's none other like it. Or maybe we should say I didn't even pick it up. But the real question is, why was France so bad in World War II? Why were they just like defeated? Why can't they just do like they did in World War I, not be defeated, and staying out in the war, and not doing this, not doing anybody, not hurting anybody else but Germany, well, and possibly Italy. Thing is, I would think that they can possibly even just defeat them on 2 fronts, because they really decided to go through southern France, and you got Germany coming up on you in the rear. We are on the front lines. You got a situation going on there, don't you? Yeah, you do. And then again, you can't stop it because got a lot of stuff coming after you. You can't deal with it now. Yeah, I mean, France is a good country to play with. In some ways, they're a good country to play with. Oh yeah, but in some other ways, they're not that good. They're not good at all. They're just little baby. They're little babies. They can't probably build their own themselves. I did hear a French joke, French Access Now joke about them. Really mean things. Okay, really mean things. Said, well, it's about Global War 36. 17 IPCs, France can declare war on anybody. I guess that's true, if y'all know. But anyway, and then he said, they can even declare war on themselves, but I don't think they could win anyway. And somebody laughed like, ha 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 ha. Actually, really. That's actually when anyway, just to say, he did pretty good. No. Since we're done with France, I do have another bonus for, oh, they do have one-time bonus. They can build anything to make them survive longer, but, nah, let's do a, I know what we do. Let's do 5 IPCs. This is really not like a big thing Russia wants to do. If Russia takes Manchuria. Okay? Yep, 5 IPCs if Russia takes back Manchuria, because, I mean, honestly, I'm running out of ideas. I really don't know what to do about it. But will we ever do this? What if Russia joined the Soviet Union? What if Russia joined the Axis powers in summer 1940? That, my friends, will probably be a good game. Well, not the best game, probably a good game in some ways. Some others not. Might out here early. Yes, I am. Can't see anybody else. Well, I guess time just flies by when you're having fun. Well, I did get out pretty early. I'll say that. Okay, well, I guess I can go now, but, so one more thing. The Ottoman Empire, I honestly don't understand why I did them in the Napoleonic Wars. I honestly don't even know why I did them. These guys, yeah, Italy was the Ottoman Empire because I didn't have the Ottoman Empire. And, I also forgot Alexandria and Egypt and Alexandria. I forgot to add them in there. And plus, there's not that much money. Either, so. You know, it's hard to get around yourself. Break stuff. But yeah, I guess I'm gonna go now. One little thing before I go. Actually, I guess it's my dad now. Alright, so I actually want you to do something for me. Subscribe to these guys, the odd ones out. They're pretty good. I almost read this book. It took me a little while because I didn't read it after summer, this past summer, and or past Christmas. But I'm almost done with this book. It's just looks like this book, The Curse of the James Rowson's, the Always Out, or the Rowson. There's nothing else you can do about it. They curse us to not read their books fast enough. So anyway, I guess this is another 30-minute video, and I guess this ends the video today, and see you guys next time. Made for Kids.